Hey, welcome back to the Infamous Podcast. This is Brian.
This is Darryl.
And this is episode 479, Hawked Out Presidents and AI Tantrums.
Boom.
Too bad neither of these are on Netflix because we could have done the ta-dum. Which, that's what they called their upfronts. Did you watch any of that? Like, they had, like, everything that's coming out over the next few months through the end of the year. And it was called ta-dum. Like, you know, the sound that it makes when the Netflix app loads.
It's so funny you said that because I kept seeing that when I would turn on Netflix, and I thought it was like some free concert or something like that, like some live concert. And because I didn't pay any attention.
You're like, who
and
the
then
fuck is ta-dum?
Yeah. Well, I thought it was something like Coachella. This is ta-dum or whatever. And then the next day I saw about it. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, we're gonna do a music festival, but we're gonna call it ta-dum.
Yeah. I did not put two and two together until after the fact. I will say this. The Netflix show that does that the best. And again, I stopped watching it because it got woke because it was so good. They call it The Dragon Prince. It's animated.
Oh yeah.
So good. And then it got super woke, like
really
super. Like,
how does a cartoon
in the first 10 minutes?
Woke?
Let's see. Well, the one thing that was actually really good, I wouldn't call this woke, but they had this woman warrior. She was deaf, and they just did sign language.
Okay.
I thought that was actually pretty cool. But then she falls in love with this elf woman, and they get married.
Okay.
And there was a couple other things, and this happened like within the first 15 minutes of like season 3 or 4, and I just said I can't do it. I just can't do it. So didn't help that one of my favorite characters, they didn't show her, and I don't think she came back until a couple episodes later. So
yeah,
but yeah, it was actually really good the first 2 seasons.
The voice of Sokka was like one of the main voices on there, right?
Yes, right. But yeah, they had this amphibian type creature that was like the pet of one of the the Dragon Prince character, or one of the characters. And at the beginning, when you turn the episode started, it would do dodom, but it would do his little frog or whatever it was thing.
Yeah.
And it took me a couple episodes. I was like, wait a minute, this sounds familiar. It's like, oh yeah, that's what that is. That's pretty cool. So. That was not TLDR. That was a long-winded way of saying something.
That was the LDTR or DR. I don't know. It was too long, didn't read. Just give me the headlines, Darryl. I'm a busy man. I'm a busy man trying to podcast here. Updating show notes on the fly as we get started because I noticed there was a couple errors. Anyway, so we're back this week. Our Truth is back as Ron Killings. So that's pretty great. Excited to see what happens there, especially after he went full Marsha Clark and cut his hair off on Monday Night Raw.
I'm very excited to see no strap around Jey Uso's waist anymore.
Yeah. So I did like the meme that you sent me about the Lion King with Simba hanging out over Mufasa. Ooh, say it again. And then Jay and his kid.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Dude, as soon as I saw his kid come out, I was like, he's losing.
Oh yeah.
I was like, there's not even
absolutely.
a chance he's not hanging on to this belt. So I you know what? I'll say this. I don't think he had an extraordinary run as champ mid-event, Jey Uso. But I will say that dude is over with the fans.
There's no doubt he is.
Like,
yeah.
he's so
I mean,
over.
it was
like it's great. It's great to see. He is like, he's the new, like, I bet he's going to be the new Make-A-Wish, like top requested Make-A-Wisher in the next 2 years if this keeps up.
One, I don't think it's going to keep up. Two, he will have to stop drinking
Well,
and or
sure.
smoking
Well,
and not stop, but you know what I mean. In press
because he'll
conferences
be
and stuff.
going to the to the kids' bed, meeting with the kids. He was like, "So, how yeet are yeet you yeet doing?" Jey Uso is in your hospital room.
I mean, the fact that he gets blown up like coming down to the
Oh,
ring is
dude,
hilarious.
it's so funny. Um, anyway, so yeah, that was fun. There was something else I wanted to talk to you about, and I don't remember what it is now. I should write the banter things down. So, all right, this week we're gonna review episode 5 of Murderbot, and then after that, we only have 2 topics this week because one, I hate Darryl now. Um,
You know who you sound like?
your mom?
Yeah, you sound like it's funny you say I hate you because you sound like Sam from Civil War
Not,
talking to Bucky.
yeah, just I hate you
Yeah.
when they're all spider webbed up.
Yeah, he's
Um,
like, why didn't you do that earlier?
yeah, I hate you. You made me watch something that I didn't want to watch. I put it off until the very last minute yesterday, and then I couldn't go more than like 15 minutes at a time without like looking for my gun. So
Dude, just rip the band-aid off
we're
and
gonna
just
talk about Virtue Signal Brave New World. But yeah, so let's hop right in
to something that we
to
like.
something that we actually like, which is Murderbot. I texted you as soon as I finished watching the episode today. The thing I love most about Murderbot is the cliffhangers.
Yes.
It it is the perfect cliffhanger show. The way they just end the episode on a cliffhanger.
Yes. It goes back to that, and again, I part of it is playing into the serialized type show
Yeah.
that he's watching,
Yeah, I get
but
that.
also it goes back to some of the older shows back in the day where we used to watch, and they would do some cliffhangers like that.
But we didn't get
So
cliffhangers like this. Like, like where
no,
it's like dong. And like remember, like Star Trek pretty much like wrapped everything up. Star Trek The Next Generation had a few cliffhangers because it would have 2-part episodes, and then
yeah.
when Picard showed up on the view screen as Locutus of Borg, that was like the first ever like cliffhanger season finale.
Well, I was thinking that that's
So,
the one I always remember. Like,
but
that's the
right,
first one I think about, I should say.
yeah. So I mean, there was that, and I mean, other shows do them well. Don't get me wrong. But
Supernatural had some great season finale cliffhangers.
yeah, so like they had the series finale cliffhanger allegedly, and then we got that 15-year retrospective. It's like, wait, when did Sam get out of hell?
10-year retrospective.
By the way, the kid is on season 8. She went back to
Who?
it. The kid.
Oh,
The
okay,
kid
good.
007.
Good. Good.
She's like, I actually liked some of season 7 and the end of season 6. I'm like, okay.
Well, season 7 was okay, but after watching season 6,
Yeah.
it probably felt like it was
I
just
told her to just go
great.
to season 8, watch the recap, go watch a couple recap videos on YouTube for
Yeah,
season 6 and 7. Like, you know,
because
anyway.
honestly, I'm going to do that for season 6 because I do not. Season 6 is awful.
Oh, I'm not. I can't go back to it. It's 22 episodes seasons. That's
Yeah.
I just.
Oh, I am. It might take me 10 years to
But
watch it,
all
but
right, let's get back to the uh, the Murderbot. So Murderbot has saved the PresAux team by killing himself, and he's not quite dead, which is great. And so we get that great inner monologue, and he's at like 39% capacity. and they're like trying to save him, and he's like, why, like, don't, like, why are they doing this? Why are they so emotional? Why are they so stupid? um and they got the little override thing out of him, and he goes, I hope they remember to reboot me. But we got a new character this week,
Leebeebee?
Leebeebee, who I think is a murder bot.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she's a murder bot, but I wouldn't put that past things. At the same time, obviously,
I,
when you have a character come out of the blue like that, saying,
yeah.
"Oh, I just escaped," your antennas are up.
Right. And I think
Metaphysically,
she's gonna be just
metaphorically
like our
speaking.
murder bot, but she's like gonna be like a porn bot where she's obsessed with porn because like she was
Well,
obsessed with the idea of the SEC unit having a penis and like
I
all the
mean, and
different things she could do with a penis.
how detailed she got with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so yeah, this was I really like this
Hmm.
episode. This is
I did
probably my
too.
favorite episode so far because again, it's one of those things sometimes where, and I don't know if it was necessarily better
Hmm.
than all the other ones versus the fact that this could have been that episode that everything finally fell into place for me from a character,
Yeah.
humor and pacing standpoint. I'm not sure, but I pretty much liked everything about this episode,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, I'm sitting on the couch watching this, just like laughing out loud on more than one on several occasions. Which the last few episodes they had maybe one or two moments where I would
Yeah.
chuckle pretty heartily, but not like this episode did.
Hmm.
And part of that was Leebeebee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when she started saying, do you think it? I didn't know it had a face. Do you
Yeah.
think it has a pee?" And then just
Just the way she talked. So she was played by Anna Conkle, who she was the second lead in the that show Pen 15 or Penis, if you will, that was on
oh,
Hulu.
that, yeah, I never
Um,
watched that.
she was in an episode of Side Quest, which I still haven't watched yet.
Still haven't watched that.
And then, she's just done a bunch of other like little stuff like writing. I mean, she's relatively new to the scene. Like she did a short film in 2017, a couple like TV shows. She did an episode of Shameless, but like, the movie Plus One seems like that was like her big break. Um and then she did a couple of episodes. Do you remember that show Baskets where Zach Galifianakis played the clown on FX?
Yes,
She it looks like
yes,
she did a few episodes of that. She was great. I loved her. I just thought she was delightfully awkward, but at the same time like super mysterious. Like when she tried to
yes.
kiss him,
Oh, dude,
the
that kiss
kiss
scene.
was like it's for luck, and she just got up to his chin. Oh man. And dude, Alexander Skarsgård, like, is the straightest straight man for some of
Man,
these gags because he's just gags. Some of these gags because he's just got to sit there and not react. But we get his inner monologue. That is the best part about it.
yes, yes,
So
and again, that's where I think everything for this episode fell into place for me. Just because it just everything was almost not quite perfect, but like that, like almost note perfect in the timing of his internal monologue with what's going on outside of him, and
So
so
I'm kind of excited for I'm excited for next week. Not just for the episode, but because next week we're gonna get like the first Nielsen streaming release numbers for the first 3 weeks of the show.
mhm.
Because like after 6 weeks, they start releasing those numbers. I really want to see if other people are enjoying this because like we are. Because I don't spend a ton of time on social media anymore, so I'm not even
Yeah,
going and like looking for it. I'm not looking for what other people are saying about it. I'm not looking up like YouTube reviews or anything. So I'm definitely like in our little bubble of
yeah.
like Murderbot love, but I'm really curious to see what's gonna come from all of that when we get more data.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well because again, you might know more than me. I did happen to see it when it when they first popped it up, but I did not see a trailer or anything online until again it was on Apple TV. So
Wait,
I'm
you
not
didn't see a
sure
trailer until like
it like I didn't see one on YouTube or anything like
oh
that,
no,
and that's where I usually
Apple.
see
So
trailers.
Apple doesn't like always put those things out on YouTube right away. They
Okay,
launch them on the Apple TV app,
okay, all right.
and usually it's like a couple months before. Like they started doing the with Stick with Owen Wilson, which if you haven't watched, we really enjoy it. But I
Is
like
it
Owen
all the
Wilson. Huh?
is it all of it out
No,
or
no,
is it
no.
going
It's
weekly?
it's weekly. Well, the first
Okay,
three came out,
okay.
so and the next one comes out tomorrow. So I think that'll be episode 4. But yeah, it's Owen Wilson. I mean, how can you not like Owen Wilson?
Yeah, so that's another one I just happened to see on Apple TV and like, okay, what is this?
So yeah,
So
if you like kind of scroll down when you're on the Apple TV like home or actually if you go to the Apple TV Plus like page and you scroll down, they have like trailers for things that are coming up that they just for
okay,
whatever reason don't put anywhere else.
okay.
Or at least I don't see them elsewhere because I mean,
Well,
why
I
would
mean,
they want to like send people to YouTube to go watch stuff? They want people to stay on Apple.
well, it's not about sending them. It's more about
Yeah,
the reach of stuff,
right.
and you're gonna have far more bigger reach of people than on YouTube. And
Sure,
again,
absolutely.
I mean, that's not a bad thing necessarily. The Bondsman was very similar on Prime, and well, that did get canceled despite good numbers. But I didn't know about that. And until I happened to turn 2 days before it came on, I saw it on Prime. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It was just, I just didn't know how big of a reach, Murderbot had as far as people knowing
Yeah.
about it.
So and same. So I guess I probably could look, but I don't want to. But no. So this was good. There was good effects in this one. There was good story progression. There was good character progression. They were trying to go turn the beacon on. Um,
Oh,
the
and the most important thing, they found out that he hacked his system,
Yes. And then he
which,
turned
what
it
is that
around
guy's
and he was like,
Garathan?
Garathan. And he's like, Garathan, your HomePod is corrupt. You need to reboot it. Like he like totally
Yeah.
like brushed it off. It was really cool.
Yeah. I really, really enjoyed this episode. Another good cliffhanger, which,
I think Rothi
again,
had the line of the episode though. No, well, the second line of the episode because does he have PP and then that. But when he started talking about having a baby, and
oh,
Penn Lee was looking at him like, "What are you smoking, you crackhead?"
that whole situation between that throuple
Oh my god,
is
it's so great.
it's I mean, again, you cannot get a more diverse and weird cast of characters
Right. You know
that
what?
this
You
show had.
used a really good word, diverse, right? Everyone is always talking
Yeah.
about diversity and things like that. This show is definitely diverse. Like, there's like 4 different kinds of autism on this show. There's a bot. There's a black lady. She's the captain. There's the Asian lady who's got her lesbian girlfriend. There's the Indian guy who's whatever. But like they're all very different characters. Like there's
Yeah.
no real uniformity to the characters other than they all work for the same company,
Yeah.
which is so refreshing to just have, I mean, it's a small cast, but even to have 6 characters who are all very different and very interesting and you're invested in pretty much all of them.
Well, you said the biggest part in the sense of they are all unique. And I made a joke when we first started watching. I was like, "Oh man, this is diversity Olympics here." Just kind of as a
Right.
joke because there's so many of them, like just so much a big of a diverse cast. But this is what, for me, good writing does, and
Yes.
it should do for everybody.
Yeah, Chris
Is
and
you forget about
Paul
that.
Whites are Wheats, however you say it, are fucking killing it.
Yeah, because if this was a bad show, well, one, I wouldn't be watching it this long, but if this was poorly written, you better believe I'd be harping on that fact, like just to get me through it, like about the diversity Olympics. This is an example of you put diverse characters, orientation wise, race wise, gender wise, and it works because you do the good writing. And that's the important, that's what people like us talk about.
Oh yeah.
We don't care about the diversity in the sense of all of that stuff with characters. Our biggest example when we've talked about Warrior Nun over the years.
Oh yeah.
The issue is when it's performative and it's a checkbox and they have, I won't say no interest, but it's more important checking the box than it is telling a compelling story with compelling characters. This show gives you diversity, and this show gives you compelling, fun, and hilarious characters.
Right.
And that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Right. Agreed. Yeah, it's just a fun show.
Yeah, I do like this show.
It makes me want to check out the books.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if that's on not Audible, but Audible or Kindle Unlimited, because I would absolutely check that out.
Yeah. Dude, I just scrolled over Martha Wells' link on the Wikipedia page for Murderbot, and I was expecting a much younger woman.
That tells me all I need to know.
Yeah, I mean, it's like just some old white lady. It's great. I love it. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is a fun show. Everyone should be watching this. Okay, so out of 5 audacious autonomy monologues and Murderbot's rogue autonomy declaration, what do you give this episode?
I give it 3.5 out of 5.
Ooh, that's your highest score yet.
Yeah, again, like I said, this is my favorite episode, and I don't, just thinking about it, I think it's more about the build up and everything finally, like I said, I've said the third time I said, like finally clicking for me, and sometimes that happens. Yeah. Where it takes you a minute, even though you enjoy something, it takes you a minute to get totally into the flow.
Right.
And this is the episode that did it. And just real quick, it is on Kindle Unlimited. It's called The Murderbot Diaries. Yep. So I will be putting this on my to read list.
Cool. I give it a 3.45, which is, my highest one of the season. One other thing. I think they put a spoiler in the opening credits. Because there's a scene where, because you know how it's like the toys, it's the little action figure things, like doing like the mocap. There's a scene that was in this week's episode where it was the black bots, like a whole bunch of them running down a hill.
Oh no! See, I have not been watching those, like the intro,
and I just randomly watched it today. So I meant to go back and look and see if it was in some of the other ones, but it was just something I noticed today because I decided that I wanted to watch the opening credits for some weird reason.
Oh, for you, Brian, it says Audible. You can get it free with your membership.
Oh, sweet, nice.
So okay,
I will. I'll do that when we're done. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, Murderbot, check it out. It's a good time. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready for?
Are you ready?
Are you ready for my hatred to be unleashed? Hold on, wait. I'm wearing a black hoodie. Let me put the hood up. Do it. Let your hate flow. All right. All right, I'm ready to talk in absolutes. Let's fucking go. All right. Virtue Signal, Brave New World, the 2025 offering from Marvel that was supposed to come out somewhere around 2023. This movie's trash.
So, I don't know how to say this.
The CG's like a step up from the CW. Barely.
We talked about this movie and how we had the expectations it was not going to be good. Like, I didn't think it was going to be good. But, like I said, if something proves me wrong, things prove me wrong.
All the time.
I did not expect it to be as bad as it was. Mm-hmm. This is one of the worst MCU movies for me it's clocking it is battling with Eternals for me.
Well, Eternals played
Maybe the
kind of a
worst.
big role with their little
Yeah,
celestial
that's actually kind
island
of funny.
and
Yeah,
having adamantium in there now, and it made me glad that I didn't watch Eternals, so that I didn't have to like be reminded of that.
yeah, and I will say this: Eternals, if I'm being honest, Eternals had better battle scenes, but as a movie, as acting wise and everything else, it was worse.
Okay, I'm gonna
So
start with
I
what
don't
I
know.
liked about this movie. Are you
Okay,
ready?
and yeah, right.
I liked Joaquin. That's it. I hated
That's
his
funny.
costume. Hated his
Oh,
costume.
that was
Like
awful.
they gave him like the worst designed, just this weird Doctor Doom color scheme, but like muted and dumb. They couldn't even give him the same wings from Wakanda. And then when he was like, "Hey, how about we ask the Wakandans to make me wings?" and Sam just laughs at him, and it's like, dude, it's an African ethno state. They're not helping a Mexican guy.
Yeah.
So actually, the last Mexican guy that showed up, they burned his back and or whatever. They dried his back out and tickled his feet or however they defeated him. So fucking racist ass shit right there. Anyway, I'm gonna be a little ornery with this one. The other thing that I liked is when I was watching the end credits and it got to the writers. Malcolm Spellman was the third listed writer, and that made me happy because with Virtue Signal and the Neutered Soldier, he was the voice of that show, and it was bad, objectively bad writing, bad understanding of characters, all of that. And this movie went through a whole bunch of rewrites, and it went through two, maybe three rounds of reshoots. Like
Yeah.
Wikipedia had the budget for this at 180 million,
Yeah.
and it's actually projected to be between 300 and 375 million because of all the reshoots, which we will not learn that until the first quarter earnings report in 2026.
Yeah, because remember Seth Rollins played a solid I don't know how big of a role, but it wasn't a bit
Yeah,
part
he got
role.
completely cut
And
out.
yeah, he got axed.
So, oh, I did like I liked Gus Fring. Using knives and hatchets and stuff, and just like showing up being mustache twirly. That was another good thing that I liked.
So as far as what I liked, I wasn't a huge fan, honestly, of Joaquin. I didn't dislike him, but he I could have taken him or left him.
Oh yeah, he could definitely cut out of the movie and nothing changes.
Yeah, I actually liked Isaiah when he wasn't moving.
Poor Carl Lumbly.
I love Carl Lumley, so I really like the idea of that character, and they actually could have done some stuff with him and his backstory. But anyway, I actually didn't mind Anthony Mackie
No,
as Sam.
I,
I
I
thought he did a solid
I will
job.
say this. I think they had a better grasp on who Sam Wilson is in this movie than they
Yes,
did in Virtue Signal and the Neutered Soldier, or any other time he's shown up, like at the end of New Avengers, for example.
yes, I did. I would agree with that. I also, what else did I like? I did like a good portion of it because it was cool action, even though it made no sense. The final fight between him and the Red Hulk, just the action part, there was a very comic booky type feel to it.
Yeah, like
And yeah,
watching
Sam
the
Wilson
White
would have
House
been
get destroyed and everything,
yeah.
and yeah,
And let's be honest, and like you said, off air, Sam Wilson would have been dead like 15 times over
yeah. I
in
said
that fight.
12, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the things that I hated. I'm gonna start with Harrison Ford on this one. He definitely
Post
did
office,
this. Do what?
post office.
Post office.
He mailed it in.
Oh yeah, I mean, like he did this so like Michael Madsen used to have this website where he had all the movie roles he did, and he lists the reason he did the movies, and one of them literally said to get out of helping a friend move a couch. Like that's what Harrison Ford did with this movie.
I actually saw someone post online that one of their favorite aspects was how his incredible performance.
He's like
I
shaking the whole time. He's like, and I just, yeah. All right. So the thing I hated second most was the fact that this isn't a Captain America sequel. This is a sequel to The Incredible Hulk.
yes,
And they didn't even have the nerve to bring Ed Norton back.
which also plays into the fact that Samuel Stearns, this leader, he's supposed to be super intelligent.
Yeah.
Dude, how many times did he get thwarted by
Oh,
Sam?
every time. And Sam's not that bright. I mean, remember what Ant-Man
Yeah.
did to him?
Don't tell him about it.
Don't say Ant-Man. But yeah, he's not like super. So this is the thing. He's different from Leader in the comic books. He's a probability person. Like he can see all the probabilities. He can run the numbers, right? So kind of like he's like Wanda in a way. Like Wanda's
Yeah,
hex
right.
powers basically like pull forward all of your bad luck, or like Domino, where she's only good luck. He can see he can see the probabilities, but like even his probabilities, he's like, well, there's a 70% chance we're gonna succeed. It's like, then don't do it.
Yeah.
Make a plan that's 99% probable. Or in the
Well,
case of like Doctor Strange, there was one way to beat Thanos, just one. Probably more, but just one. And it's just, it was really bad. The only person who mailed in their performance more than Harrison Ford, by the way, was Liv Tyler.
oh my gosh, that wasn't even necessary. Oh, your dad almost gets assassinated. Oh, sorry, I should have called.
Right? I'm sorry.
What? What? It's like you're so stuck up your own ass.
Yeah.
You didn't call your dad who almost got assassinated.
Right. Who's the president, by the way?
Like, what?
Yeah.
What writing is that?
People who don't have a daughter. What was it? Shira Haas.
Oh, yeah.
The Black Widow just running around, not doing Black Widow stuff.
She was awful. Like that was awful casting. Awful casting. And I know they changed things up with her because of the whole because she was supposed to be the Israeli I was about to say action figure, but the character in the comics,
Okay.
I don't remember the name, but
Yeah.
when the whole Israel-Palestine thing broke out, they completely changed her character. They changed her name.
Cowards.
Well, I don't know if they changed it, but they changed the character. She just didn't work. She is 5'0". There is nothing, literally zero intimidating about her, and yet she's yeeting guys like 215-pound guys 5-6 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Awful. Also, we're going with this inconsistency in the story, but inconsistency within the same scenes. You have, for instance, a scene where Joaquin and Sam are getting, when they're in the base and they get to the leader, well, not the base, but the prison, the black site. You have these guards tasing them, and they're still fighting. Okay, the taser isn't that strong, whatever. Even though, they're not Captain America who can shake off a taser like that. And yet, these same guys, they get tased once, and they're down for the count.
Yeah, it's just weird.
This is within the same scene.
Yeah.
And again, this is the thing I probably hate it. I despise the most. I won't say the H word. I'm not going to say it.
Hate. Let your hate.
Other than the final fight, the choreography, the fight choreography was so bad and so slow. And you go back and look at Winter Soldier. Go back and look at Civil War. And some of the same guys were involved, but I did see that the actual fight choreographer, not the stunt, because some of the guys that were the stunt choreographers in the other ones and did the fight choreography for Winter Soldier and Civil War, they were involved in this as stunt coordinators or whatever. But the main fight choreography guy, this was like his second movie or something like that.
Oh, yeah, why? Like this is a $375 million movie, like because you had the guy who was the the new kid on the block that they're giving a shot to.
Yeah. And I will add to what you said though. I did like Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah,
I
Sidewinder was
he was
a
a fine
fine
character.
tertiary villain.
Yeah. And I kind of I did like his, when he's making that deal with them, like, hey, I do this. You're gonna put me in time, like not minimum security, but in a cushier prison or whatever,
Right.
wheeling and dealing. So I thought he was fine. Or more, a little bit more than fine, I will say. But holy hell, for this movie as a whole, when you were saying barely a step up from the CW, truer words have never been spoken. Like this movie, like kind of it blew away my expectations. Like I said, I thought it was going to be bad. I didn't think it was going to be good.
Yeah. No,
If you would have
it
told
was
me
bad.
it was beyond bad, and you'll see as the scores indicate, thinking about rewatching this movie. Like I told the guy at work, this guy at work who watched it on a plane, which, as I thought about it, that might have colored his,
Yeah,
thoughts
like
about it when you had nothing to
I
do.
don't think you can watch something on a plane and give it a fair shake like one way or the other. You
Yeah,
know.
and even he, when I told him about that, he was like, "Okay, maybe that might have colored what." Yeah, he didn't say color, but he's like, "Yeah, that might have affected how I looked at it," because he didn't say it was good. He's like, "I thought it was fine." I was like, "Dude, I want to fight you after I watched this."
In no
Oh man.
universe is this movie even fine.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's
Like
not.
I'm sure your text chat had like the like
Oh,
Greg was there.
I don't.
This is the third best Captain America movie of all time.
I
It's
actually don't know what they said about
yeah.
this, like, because I didn't go back
Yeah.
and see what
I
they
don't know.
said about
I
it.
just I feel like they took Falcon, which was a great character, and they shoehorned this other thing into him. And then like he's like Joaquin's like all beat up because he got blown up by a missile but didn't die. As he hit the Indian Ocean at about the speed of sound, again didn't die. And he's like, you're always on point. And he's like, I always have to be on point. When what he should have said is he should have had some humility and told him the Ant-Man story.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and here, yeah, I did look at the chat. One of the guys who's usually and this is damning from him. He basically said Brave New World was mid.
Yeah.
So, like, that's like damning from him.
Dude, if I came to you
So,
and said this movie was mid, you'd be like, why did you like this movie?
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, we look at stuff a lot differently
Yeah,
than a
absolutely.
lot of other people.
But yeah, I look at this and I get sad. Cuz you know what, like being a dumbass aside, I do like Anthony Mackie in most roles. But like this just isn't like there's no reason this couldn't have been a Falcon movie, and it's no reason they had to change it to away from Falcon and the Winter Soldier to Virtue Signal and the Winter Soldier. It was a very cool established character. You could have done everything you did with him in this movie without the shield, without the stars and stripes, and it probably would have made more sense. Because I do wonder why didn't he take because he didn't do it in the comic, but like why didn't he take the super soldier serum?
Yeah,
Like
and I mean, he makes a joke twice about that in this
he's
movie.
like, this
Where,
is too big for me. I should have taken, and then he's like, Bucky, blah 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 blah. The Bucky cameo. It's like, wait, why isn't Bucky out here helping you?
well, because he's a senator, which
Well, no, he
again,
wasn't yet. He's running for Congress in this one.
oh
So,
well,
but
spoiler alert, he lasts 6 months.
yeah,
I'm just saying that because it was mentioned obviously because he's in the Thunderbolts, and I had no idea what they were talking about.
yeah, because you
It
hadn't
was one
seen
of those
this
things.
yet.
I'm like,
Yeah.
like what the f are they talking about, senator? What? because obviously I didn't see this movie beforehand.
Yeah, because Bat was like, "Is that Senator James Buchanan or senatorial candidate James Buchanan Barnes? Ooh, he's so handsome."
Yeah.
It's like dumb. Uh, yeah.
Okay, I'm kind of done talking about this movie, to be honest.
All right.
It's
So
but what you
yeah.
said. Wait a minute before.
Okay.
But what you said, it's sad because of what this franchise has become. This universe of the MCU, what it's become. We're finding more of this, like more slop like this. Than
Oh, I thought about something else that was bad. Besides Thunderbolt Ross not having a mustache, his head of Secret Service, that noodle lady.
oh my goodness.
So yeah,
Well, I mean, if you wanted to be real true to life, she would have been fighting outside with another Secret Service agent.
in front of the gate, out in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't get it. It's just one of those. It's just one of those things. I guess we're gonna see all these people show up in Doomsday. Great.
That's going to be a train wreck. That is
So
absolutely going to be a train wreck.
I'm gonna go back and watch Top Gun Maverick and enjoy Danny Ramirez as fanboy. I'm just like I just can't.
Yes, it's sad. Like you said, it's sad. It's sad how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Pretty
let's
bad.
get this out of the way.
All right, so out of 10, how did Sam Wilson survive the movie? What do you give it?
3.2 out of 10. And
That's a high score.
yeah,
That's a very high score.
considering that I had a 4, which again, this is the lowest rated
Right,
movie
are
I've
you
seen
in?
all
Are
year.
you in the show notes right now?
Yes, I am.
Right, where? So this is definitely your lowest rated movie of the year.
Yes. Yes. It's I don't know how many times I said while I was watching this, I'm so angry right now. But I would have been angrier if I would have been dumb enough to go see this in the theater.
All right, I gave this a 2.79, and I feel like I'm being generous. I had to pause this movie several times and walk away. I called you at one point. I texted
Yes.
you a couple times. I declared my hate for you multiple times for making me watch this. I gotta think of something bad to make you watch now. But in the almost 10 years that I've been doing this, this is the lowest score I've ever given a movie.
No. What was that we watched last year? The remake with not Chow Yun Fat, but yeah, The Killer.
Oh, yeah.
God,
Oh, yeah.
honestly,
All right.
I would watch this movie 100 times over before I ever touched that
Okay, if
garbage
if
again.
someone came to me and said, "I will give you
No, you're not betting my life.
$1 billion
Okay.
if you can watch The Killer for 24 straight hours,"
Oh my God.
I'd be like, pass. If someone said, "I'll give you $1 billion to watch Virtue Signal Brave New World for 24 hours," I'd be like, fine.
Yeah.
But then I would hire a hitman to come take you out for me having to have watched this again. Actually, I'd have them carve you like Darrow of Lycos.
All right. Okay. Carve me.
but-
Like make me a 7-foot
No,
monster.
no, but into a pink. So,
You bastard.
anyway.
Wow.
Yep, I went there.
Wow.
All right. Well, on that note, we're done with the show. All right. Actually, before we go, all right. So, just check out our Instagram page. It's just instagram.com/InfusPodcast. I'm very proud of the graphic this week. Um, but
Better not be me as a pink.
it's not you as a pink, but it might be at some point.
Red
But
Rising fans, you know what we're talking
anyway,
about.
so I had ChatGPT help me write some social media posts for this, and I won't share the one that I'm using, but there's a couple like this one. It gave me brave, no, new, hardly, world. Please return to sender. We review Captain America: Brave New World and a much better episode of Murderbot. Marvel gave us Red Hulk. Murderbot gave us character depth. Only one made us feel things, and not in a Rage Hulk way. In Captain America: Brave New World, Sam gets a shield, and we get a headache. Thankfully, Murderbot Episode 5 exists to save us from Marvel fatigue. And then the last one, Marvel. It's brave. Us. It's barely coherent. We break down Captain America: Brave New World and the Murderbot episode that wiped the floor with it.
Yes.
Anyway, but yeah, those were the ones that lost, which I still might use them later in the week. But yeah, so I've had more fun bashing this movie than I did watching it.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
now it kind of makes me excited for the new Avengers to hit Plus so that I can tear it apart with you on here.
But I actually like that one.
I know. It's so
But
sad.
there are absolutely things that you're gonna have a field day with,
Yeah.
and I'll just put it that way. There are absolutely things that which I did not like necessarily, but yes. So you'll have fun with that one. It's objectively far better than this movie. Like, not even a question.
I mean, I do like Bucky as a character. So,
Yeah.
And all that fun stuff. Okay. So I saw Dogma on Sunday on the re-release, and I just want to say to the 291 capacity theater that I was in, there were like less than 10 seats available to sit in on a Sunday night at 7 p.m. for a movie that came out in 1998. 97, and I was very happy about that. That was really cool. And they laughed at it in the right way. So,
Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen that movie.
yeah. Well, it's coming out. They're going to release the 4K Blu-ray of it, so I'll definitely buy that on physical media. So, but yeah. All right. On that note, thank you for listening. Thank you for putting up with these shenanigans. Darryl, any last words?
Sorry, man.
It's fine. I'm gonna make a whole bunch of ChatGPT images of you as a pink from Red Rising.
That's too far.
Is it too far, or is it not
That's-
far enough? I
Dude.
guess we'll have to find out. It's probably too far. Maybe I'll make you a ruster.
I mean, at least I'm not just getting tossed around like a pink.
I guess I can
Jeez.
make you a gray.
Well, I mean, gray. Yeah, I do
people
the
really
like that's
look
like a
down on the
marine.
grays, though. But they look down
Yeah.
on the grays. No, you're
Yeah, they
thinking
do.
of the
They're-
obsidians.
No, the
Oh, no,
grays
you're right.
are
You're
like
right. The grays are, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll just make you a peerless card. All right. On that note, we will see you guys next week. Thank you for listening. Have a great one. We'll be back later.
See ya.
The Infamous Podcast is recorded in Kings Mills, Ohio, just north of Cincinnati. You can find new episodes every Sunday on Apple Podcast, YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcast, our website, or anywhere podcasts are downloaded. This show is hosted by Darryl Jasper and me, Brian Tudor. To find more information about the show, visit us at infamouspodcast.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at infamouspodcast to keep up with the show. We also have a Patreon page, patreon.com/infamouspodcast. We have some great rewards for our patrons and are looking for help to grow the show to bring you more of the content you want to hear. Music for this podcast is provided by Michael Henry from meetmichaelhenry.com. So, whenever you're listening to us, have a great day, night, evening, weekend, whenever it is, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.